Hello everybody. How's everyone doing? Hopefully this is connecting to YouTube as well. It's hard to tell with YouTube whether it's coming through. I want to kind of see if there's a live stream starting. Yes. It does appear that there is a live stream starting. Good, on YouTube. Hooray. Okay. So, let's bring in chat. How's it all going, everyone? Can you hear me? Sound okay? Everything working okay? Fabulous. Hear the guitar just as you can hear the voice. How's everybody doing today? Thank you for joining in. So before I go on, I just want to remind everybody that you can give me stars on Facebook, which would be great. And you can give me super thanks. If you give me a super thanks on YouTube, I will do my best to read your comment. And if you have any questions, of course, guitar up a bit. Okay, guitar, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let's fix the guitar. All right, let's go ahead and plug the guitar directly in. I didn't have that. Where is it? Come on, come on. Uh-oh, that's not good. Whoops, sorry. Technical difficulties. This is a little problem they don't tell you about when it comes to these SM7Bs. These SM7Bs have a little bit of an issue. The mic is really heavy and it tips over. So anyway, good. So now we should get a little more direct mic on the guitar. So it won't just be coming in good with me. Sorry about the shambles. Ha ha ha, laugh it up. Okay, so hopefully now you can hear the guitar a little bit better. That was exciting. Okay, so I was going to talk about the pentatonic scales and how, yes, this will be recorded and this will be replayed and all of that good stuff. So I want to go over your pentatonic scale, and not just the one. I want to go over the five forms. Okay, so I'm also going to talk about how you can learn to get these forms working together. So, okay. Anyway, so let's start with the pentatonic scale everybody knows. We'll do it in A, since that's what kind of everyone likes to do. Right? So you all know this one, right? This should be the one everybody knows. Yes? So, now, then there are the other four forms. So the other four forms, I'll just play them real quick, allow you to stay in the same key. And which is great. And it makes it so you're not trapped at one spot on the guitar. There's form 2. There's form 3. There's form 4. There's form 5. You can also play form 5 on the other side of form 1. Now, when I was growing up learning the guitar, I never really understood how the pentatonic scales worked with each other. I would see books that say, you know, you have these different forms, these different shapes, and I didn't get it. I didn't understand. I was just like, there's all these scales to learn, but how do they relate to each other? And none of the books really explain that well. So in my book, I worked on, you know, my book right here. I worked on trying to present them in a way where you could really understand. It might be related to caged, but caged is for major scales. So anyway, so the way that I look at these scales is remembering that they connect to each other. So form 1, as I showed you, is like that, right? And then form 2 starts on the second note of form 1, right? So assuming you already know how to play form 1, let's show you really quick form 2 and how it connects to form 1. So I'm starting form 2 on the 8th fret of the 6th string, and it's going to go 8 to 10 on the 6th string. And then on the 5th string, it's going to go 7 to 10. And then on the 4th string, 7 to 10 again. And then on the 3rd string, 7 to 9. And then on the 2nd string, 8 to 10. And then on the 1st string, 8 to 10. Yes? So there's form 2. And now I've gone to the second note of form 1 in order to play it. Right? To keep it in the same key, I've gone to the second note of form 1. So, yes, so there's form 2. And then to go to form 3, the third pentatonic scale, you go to the second note of form 2. Right? So you go 8 to 10, right? So 10th fret is the starting note of form 3. And then right there. So you go, so the form 3 itself is 10 to 12 on the 6th string, 10 to 12 on the 5th string, 10 to 12 on the 4th string, 9 to 12 on the 3rd string, 10 to 13 on the 2nd string, and 10 to 12 on the 1st string. So there's form 3. Now form 3 can be a little bit funny for your fingers, and the way I like to play it is you go first finger to the third finger, first finger, third finger, first finger, third finger, and then you reach out to the 9th fret with your first finger, and then use your pinky to play that 12th fret on that 3rd string, and then shift back into position, first finger to pinky, because you've got that 10 to 13 going on, and then 10 to 12, first finger, third finger. Yes? Thank you, Linda. So there's form 3 and how it connects to form 2. And then form 4 is right here. And you start on the second note of form 3. So you just form 3, you start there and then go to the second note and then put your first finger there and boom, now you're in form 4. Right? And form 4 is going to go 12, 15, 12, 15, 12, 14, 12, 14, 13, 15, 12, 15. Right? Once again, 6th string, 12 fret, 15th fret. 5th string, 12th fret, 15th fret. 4th string, 12th fret, 14th fret. 3rd string, 12th fret, 14th fret. 2nd string, 13th fret, 15th fret. And 1st string, 12th fret, 15th fret. Okay, so that's form 4, and you start on the second note of form 3, right? And then you go into form 5. Form 5 starts in the second note of form 4. Thank you, Richard. Form 5 starts in the second note of form 4, starting at the 15th fret. Now, it's a little hard on this acoustic guitar because we're running out of room here, but although I do have cutaway, which I love. But you go 15 to 17 on the 6th string. 15 to 17 on the 4th string, 14 to 17 on the 3rd string, 14 to 17 on the 14 to 17 on the 4th string, 14 to 17 on the 3rd string, 15, 17, 15, 17. Let's do that again because I kind of botched that. 15, 17, 6th string, 15, 17, 6th string, 5th string, 14, 17, fourth string, 14, 17, third string, 15, 17, second string, 15, 17, first string. That's what I call form 5, right? You started on the second note of form 4. Now, remember this. Form 1 starts on the second note of form 5. So you can move form 5 to the other side of form 1. So then it's 3, 5 on the 6th string, 3, 5 on the 5th, 2, 5 on the 4th, 2, 5 on the 3rd, 3, 5 on the 2nd string, and 3, 5 on the 1st string. Yes, so there's your 5 pentatonic scales and how they relate to each other. So you don't just learn the shapes, you learn how they connect to each other. And you can use form 1, form 4, and 5 for blues, the 1, 4, 5 songs. You can use form 4, and well, you can use all of these for blues. On form 5, do I suggest using the middle or index to start? Oh yeah, that's a good point. So ultimately, it's no, I completely understand what you're asking, Todd. Ultimately, it depends on what you want, on how it feels to you. I like to use my first finger and just shift over. Because to me, the weakest finger connection is middle finger to pinky. That's just a weak connection, and third finger to pinky. But middle finger to pinky is pretty bad. So going like this is not a very strong connection. So I prefer to go like this and just shift over. Or sometimes if I'm being extra lazy, I won't even use my third finger. I'll just go first finger to pinky. Right? So there's your there's the basic rundown of your 5 forms. Okay? Thank you, Barry. I'm worried you're being sarcastic, but if you're not, thank you very much. That's the basic rundown. Now, what I would suggest when practicing these is pick a form, because it's a lot of scales. My students are always like, there's so many scales, right? So I would pick one form, form 2, and learn it as best you can, right? And then practice playing form 1, and then going up into form 2, right? And just practicing it like that. Another way you can always get better at a scale is to practice it with like 2s or 3s. Right? Different things like that. Of course, it's always good to try your 3 pattern with any scale you're learning. Right? So, and then you add another scale after a few weeks. You add another one, and you make sure that you're completely understanding how to connect to it. You know, that you add number 3 and then 4 and so on. So then once you've got all 5 of those scales, once you've got all 5 of these pentatonic scales memorized, then you want to practice traveling from one to the next, right? You want to practice traveling from one to the next. So, one thing that I like to do is to go up in one and down in the next one. And I tell my students to do this all the time. So up in form 1, and then move up into form 2 at the high end of your notes and go and reverse. So if I wanted to do, hold on, Robert is asking, so if I wanted to do a run up the neck, where is the connection as you're moving up the neck? Is it the root note, say for example in the key of G? So if I wanted to do a run up the neck, where is the connection as you are moving up the neck? Is it the root note or the key of G? I'm not 100% sure what you mean, but let me explain a few things about moving up the neck, okay, and how you do that. So first what I was showing you, this is one way to practice. Oh, another thing I'm going to go over is what I call the extended pentatonic scale, and that is a good way to bridge from one form to the next, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Maybe that'll help answer your question, Robert. I'm not sure. I'm having trouble without you elaborating what your question means. So, but I kind of get it, but I don't quite. So, So up in 1, then up into 2, and down in 2. Up in 2, and then up into 3, down in 3, and then up in 3, and then up into 4, and down in 4, and then up in 4, and then up into 5, and down in 5. So up in 1, down in 2, up in 2, down in 3, up in, and so on and so forth. So that's a good way to practice them. How to avoid... Oh, thank you, Barry. I appreciate it. How to avoid lost in the scale versus sticking to the melody in your head. Okay, again, that's another question. I'm not 100% sure what you mean. But what I will say is that anytime you're playing a melody, is that if you're learning a melody for a song, I strongly suggest that you learn it within the context of one of your scales. Now, a pentatonic isn't always going to work. You're going to need to probably know your major scales and your minor scales, etc., in order to play melodies, because rarely are melodies only pentatonic notes, right? So what I feel like with a melody is I always want to relate it to one scale, one specific scale, so that when I'm playing it, I know, so that way I can be in that scale and I can improvise around the melody, knowing where those melody notes would be as well. Okay? Okay. Then the next, so that's a good way, I think, to practice going from one form to the other. How do you turn a scale into an arpeggio? Oh, arpeggio. How do you turn a scale? Okay, well, arpeggio is a whole different story. Let me get to that in a minute. I'll get to arpeggios in a minute, because actually that was one of the topics I was thinking of talking about today. I find it easier tapping down than tapping up. Maybe I just need practice tapping. Tapping down and then tapping up. I'm not sure what you mean. Do you mean you find pull-offs easier than hammer-ons? Can you explain that to me a little bit? Like, you're talking about tapping, right? I'm not 100% sure what you mean. Sorry, my vision is not great, so I have to look. Okay. Yes. Did you just hit the 1, 3, 5 of the scale? I'm not sure. I was just noodling. I'm not sure what I was doing. Okay. Now, so before we get into arpeggios, and we can talk about arpeggios in just a minute, there's the extended pentatonic scale. And the extended pentatonic scale, I've done videos on this before, is a great way to learn how to move from one form to the other. Sorry, I'm looking at the video and my hair is crazy. I look like Kramer from Seinfeld right now. Sorry about that. Wish I had time to stay. Hey, take it easy, Craig. Thanks for saying bye. No problem. So, real quick, here is there's the extended pentatonic scale. Right, there's the extended pentatonic scale, and this is a great way to bridge from one form to the other. So the extended pentatonic scale goes like this. If you're in the key of A, if you're playing in the A minor pentatonic scale, then an easy way to find whatever key you want to play in is go to your main pentatonic scale that you know, right? And then from there, go down from that first note, go down 2 frets. And then from there, so in this case, we're in the 3rd fret. So from there, you're going to go 3, 5, and then 3, 5. So 3, 5, 6th string, 3, 5, 5th string. And then you slide up 2 frets. So by the way, for the record, you are in form 5 right here. And then you slide up 2 frets, and now it puts you into form 1. And then you go, so then you're on the 7th fret of the 5th string, and then you go 5, 7, 5, 7, on the 4th and 3rd string, and then go up 2 frets again, and now you're in form 3. Now you're in form 2. And now normally if you were finishing form 2, you would just go, right, like that. But instead, you're going to squish your first finger there onto the 8th fret of the 2nd string, and you're going to go 8, 10, 8, 10, and then go up 2 more frets, right? And now you're in form 3. So it's bridged you all the way from form 5 to form 3. And because you're right here, you can just sort of easily see, oh, all I got to do is go up there, and I'm in form 4. Right? So once again, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 6th string, 3, 5, 5th string, slide up to 7, 5, 7, 4th string, 5, 7, 3rd string, slide up to 9, 8, 10, 2nd string, 8, 10, 2nd string, slide up to 12. Now that's bridged you all the way from form 5 all the way to form 3. And then it's just a quick, easy little boom right up to the next one. Yeah? Okay? And then now just as a technical point, when I'm going in this direction, I like to slide up on my 3rd finger. So first finger, 3rd finger, 1st finger, 3rd finger, slide. First, 3rd, slide. First finger, 3rd finger, 1st finger, 3rd finger, slide. But when I reverse directions, I do the opposite. I slide down using my 1st finger. 3rd finger, 1st finger, 3rd finger, 3rd finger, 1st finger, slide. 3rd finger, 1st finger, 3rd finger, 1st finger, slide. 3rd, 1st, slide, 3rd, 1st. What form 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mean? Oh, just didn't know if each time you slide, are you sliding on the root note? I don't think so. I think you're sliding, let's see, because here's the root note. So there's your A. So the first time you slide, you're sliding from a D to an E. Oh, wait. Yeah, a D to an E. And then the second time, yeah, it seems like you're sliding from D to E every time. So not the root. Forms. So what are forms? So what does that mean? Well, oh, you came in late, Tintin. You came in late. So I was going over the 5 pentatonic forms. That's just the different shapes. The first one is the one everybody knows, form 1. And then number 2, form 2 is the second, is this shape right here. You connect it to form 1 by starting on the 2nd note of form 1. Then form 3 starts in the 2nd note of form 2. And then form 4 starts in the 2nd note of form 3. And then form 5 starts in the 2nd note of form 4. Right, so there's your 5 forms. Sorry, I'm not going to go over all the forms again because I already went over them, but those are the forms. That's what I mean when I said forms. So that's the those are the forms and how they work together and how you can, and sort of a couple ideas of how you can connect from one to the next. Another suggestion, is there an easy way to explain root note to non-player? How do you know the root note of each scale? Well, the root note is the note the scale is the note the key is named after. That's what the root is. So although we don't really call it a root when we're talking about a key, we call it the tonic. The root note, typically a root refers to the note a chord is named after. So for example, an A major chord, the root note is A. A scale itself, we call it the tonic, and that's the name of the key. So the key of A major, the tonic is A. If it's in a pentatonic scale, is the root note A? Oh, well, if you're in the key of A, it is, yes. If you're in the key of A, the root note is A for sure in the pentatonic scale. So the pentatonic scale, just for your understanding, the pentatonic scale is based on the major or minor scale, but it eliminates 2 notes. So for the minor scale, it eliminates the second note of the minor scale. So for example, the A minor scale is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You eliminate the B Oh wait, no, that's wrong. Sorry. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Sorry, my bad. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. There's your minor scale, right? So you eliminate in the minor scale, minor pentatonic, you're eliminating the second note, which is the B, or you're eliminating the sixth, right? F, A, B, C, D, E, F. You're eliminating the sixth, which is the F. So instead of minus the second and the sixth, correct. Thank you, Patrick. Yes, Patrick. Sorry, my vision sucks. Minus the second and the sixth. So, but if you're doing a major pentatonic scale, it's different. You're eliminating these two notes. So you're eliminating 1, 2, 3, 4. You're eliminating the fourth, and the seventh. The fourth and the seventh. Ooh, Patrick is on top of it. Thank you, Patrick. My assistant, Patrick, is helping me out. Yes, he's on it right before I do. I don't memorize a lot of these things. I just sort of know them and I just do them, right? Because it's all shapes to me. Do I have 2 chickens? Okay, so that's how those are the notes you eliminate when you're playing the pentatonic scale. Now, one other thing I want to mention is if you want to really master the pentatonic scales, the 5 scales, it's good to play them in different keys. And the easiest way to pick what keys you're going to practice your pentatonic scales in, your 5 scales in, is to use the circle of fifths. So that would mean the first one, because right off the bat you're playing the first key in the circle of fifths is C. The first one is C, no sharps, no flats, and the relative minor key to C major is A minor. So boom, you're set, A minor. In case you don't know, the relative minor scale is the 6th degree of the major scale. So C, D, E, F, G, A. That's 6. C, D, E, F, G, A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A is the 6th degree of C. So that means C major and A minor are the same notes with a different tonic, right? Then the next scale on the circle of fifths is G, the key of G. The next key on the circle of fifths is the key of G. The relative minor key for the key of G is G, A, B, C, D, E, E minor. Yes? So then you play your 5 forms in E minor. Now you could start at form 1 in the open position. Right? There's your E minor pentatonic in the open position. And then you go into form 2. Oops. Ugh. Right? And then you go second note of form 2, form 3. Second note of form 3 is form 4. Second note of form 4 is form 5. And then you can go up to the 12th fret and do the octave. Right? So there's your forms that way. And then okay, so there's E minor, right? And then we go to the next key on the circle of fifths, which is the key of D. G, A, B, C, D. 5th over from G is D. D major, and if you want to find the relative minor of D major, you go D, E, F, G, A, B. So B minor is the relative minor of D major. So down here is form 4. So the first form closest to the nut for B minor is form 4. Oh, and that's a whole nother story, is how arpeggios relate to the various different pentatonic scales. But anyway, and then you go into form 5, and then form 6, or form 1. I always remembered that on Form 1, starting from the E string, the index is always in the minor key and the pinky is the major key. Oh, dude. So Joshua just threw down some serious knowledge right there. That's something I teach my students. You could be a student. You might have been a student of mine. So yeah. So here's a trick. If you don't know, if you're like, oh, I want to play in my pentatonic scale. I want to play in my Form 1, darn it. I want to play in my Form 1 because that's the scale I like to play. Dang it, right? But you're in a major key and you're like, oh, crap. We're in a major key and I don't want to and I want to play in the pentatonic scale, but I want to use Form 1. Well, this is what you do. See, if you want to find the minor key, you play Form 1 starting with your first finger. But if you want to play in the major key, you play in Form 1 starting with the pinky. So you find what key you're in. So say you're in the key of A. You put your pinky on A, the 5th fret of the 6th string, and then you put your first finger down on the 2nd fret because that's where it would go if you're playing in the Form 1 pentatonic. And now you're in the key of A. So it's a little trick that Joshua reminded me of that, yes, I've taught my students that quite a bit. It's a nice little trick to figure out what key you want to play in. So yeah, so that's those and those. What have we gone over? So we've gone over pentatonics, all of the shapes. Okay, and then let's do one more. So we did D major. Thank you, Red Pony Boy. Thank you very much. Just another quick reminder that I do take stars on Facebook, and super thanks would always be appreciated on YouTube. Okay, so let's see. So those are pentatonic scales. And then the other thought I had was to talk about arpeggios. And someone was asking about arpeggios. So specifically, they were asking about arpeggios related to pentatonic scale. But let's back up for a second. So with an arpeggio, hi from the UK, hello there. So with an arpeggio, the way I've found for arpeggios to make the most sense to me, I learned them while studying gypsy jazz, manouche jazz. The way I found them to make most sense to me is to build them around my bar chords. Right? My bar chord shapes, or just your chord shapes, essentially, because that's what bar chords are, right? Is their chord shapes. So let's start with the E shape. This is the shape that, the first bar chord I think most people learn, maybe. I think it was the first bar chord I learned, right? So this is your E shape bar chord, where you make a bar, and then next to it, you make an E chord with your free fingers, right? Everybody knows the E shape, yes? Now, to turn this into an arpeggio, you go like this. You put your middle finger where, oh, thank you very much for the congratulations. You put your middle finger on the 6th string, 5th fret, where your first finger was barring on the 6th string. See? Yes? And then you're going to go, then you're going to play the 4th fret of the 5th string with your first finger. You can't go directly to there because you're skipping a note in the arpeggio, and you don't want to do that. You go to there, and then you make that shape. Right? Now, I use my 3rd finger. Hello, West Virginia Mountain Mama. How you doing? Not you. I'm not calling you a mountain mama, but I'm West Virginia Mountain Mama. That's what I always think of when I think of West Virginia. Because of good old John Denver. So you see that? So boom, dum, 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 dum. So that's your shape. That's that bar chord shape. So you can practice your arpeggios that way. Yes? Now, then you can do minor. So with minor, let's look at that same chord, the A minor. Do you target those tones while soloing? Sure. If you're good, you do. If you're good, then you, I assume what you mean by target is those are good tones to end a phrase on, or to play a sustained note on, right? Like if the chord is A minor, there's 2 tones of A minor, right? Yes. Good soloists are good at finding those chord tones to target. Soloists who are still learning, you will notice, will often end phrases on notes that aren't, immediately sounding nice with the chord, right? They'll end a phrase on a note that's a little bit dissonant to the chord. Okay. So there's what I call the E major shaped arpeggio. And then there's the E minor shape arpeggio. So here's your minor chord. So it's an A minor chord, E minor bar chord shape at the 5th fret, which makes it an A minor chord. For this one, you go there. You go there like a pentatonic scale. It's close to your pentatonic scale. And then those 2 notes. So 5, 8, and then 7, 7 on the 5th and 4th string, and then 5, 5, 5. And if you want, you can add that one too. 8 of the 1st string. Can you solo with just chord tones? Yeah, of course you can. You can do whatever you want. It could, in some cases, it could be limiting, but let's see. I think that I'm not sure which song it is, but it might be Ain't Talking About Love or Running with the Devil. I think it's Running with the Devil, Eddie Van Halen. He does a guitar solo that is just these 2 arpeggios going back and forth, something like that. And they're just chord tones. Okay, so there's the E major arpeggio, and then the E minor arpeggio. Yes, this will be recorded, Larry. This will be recorded on Facebook. It'll be available on Facebook and on YouTube. Ain't Talking About Love, A minor. Well, yeah, that's... There it goes. I haven't played it in a while. Right, but I'm talking about the guitar solo, and I think it's in Running with the Devil. Hello, North Carolina. Okay, so anyway, thank you very much, you guys. Thank you, Patrick. Anybody else have any other questions? No problem, Tim. Appreciate it. So let's go on to another arpeggio. So this is the A-shape arpeggio. Hello, Joseph from Oregon. Hey, Kashik Studios. Oh, Bay Area. You're in my neck of the woods. Oh, all the way from Scotland. I would do my fake Scottish accent, but I don't want to offend you. What kind of guitar? This is a what is this? Breedlove. This is a Breedlove guitar. It's not unfortunately this was bought on consignment, and it's not one you can just get. But turn my lamp down low. My lamp's I have barely any light going at all. I have to figure out how to get better video from my setup because it's not very good, unfortunately. Georgia, how you doing? How you doing from Georgia? How's your Inspection. I don't know what that means. Is that like a joke where I'm going to say, where I say, I don't know, and you say something funny like, is your refrigerator running? Go catch it. Anyways, so there's the A-shape arpeggio. So this one is based on the A bar chord, the A form bar chord. The A form bar chord. And, who was my inspiration? Who is my inspiration? Well, that depends on what you're talking about. I have a lot of inspirations. When it comes to songwriting, my biggest inspirations over the years have probably been David Bowie and Roger Waters. When it comes to lead guitar playing, it would be, David Gilmour for sure is huge influence. Jimi Hendrix, Django Reinhardt. More recently, I spent years studying Django Reinhardt. Hey Dale, I see you a lot in my comments. How you doing, man? Thanks for the support. Yeah, I don't know the lighting to the little frame that I'm looking at is making the lighting look somewhat decent. So I apologize. I don't know what you're seeing. It's a very strange setup I have. I need to figure out how to connect my streaming to my good camera so that I can get a good shot. But it's one of those things. It's just one of those things that I don't get around to doing. John Fogerty. I love John Fogerty. I love Creedence Clearwater Revival. Do I have a band? No, not right now. I've played with bands and somewhat recently, and a good friend of mine actually. I was just talking to him. I'm working on learning some stuff for his band. So anyway, should I keep going with the arpeggios or should I teach a song? Is there a song people want to learn? I was saying this A arpeggio. Right? Well, I am located in the Bay Area. Dale, I appreciate it, Dale. That's kind of what that's pretty much my exact goal. So I appreciate that. So I'm glad to hear that my goal is working. Do a song. Teach a song or play a song? Little Wing. Okay, we got a specific request. I play Little Wing different than everybody else does. I haven't played it in a long time. Sorry. Little Wing. If you wanted to learn Little Wing, I was going to do a full-on tutorial of Little Wing, and I tried on multiple occasions, but I kept screwing up. Hotel. If I do the Hotel California intro, then the video will be demonetized almost certainly on here. No, I don't want to do, well, I don't want this video to get demonetized, so I'm not going to do Hotel California right now. Is there 6 pentatonic scales? Well, no, there's 5 because there's one pentatonic scale for every note of the scale. So 5 shapes of them. In my form system, there's also the extended pentatonics where you bridge from shape to shape. But 6, my forms are each one is based on a different degree of the pentatonic scale. Pent means 5, so therefore it's a 5-note scale. Yes. Any fingerstyle songs for beginners? Fingerstyle songs for beginners. I don't know Siegel. Fingerstyle songs for beginners. I don't know what's good for beginners. I don't know if I would call that a beginner one. I think when I was a beginner, this was the easiest one of the easiest ones for me. And this solves the Pink Floyd issue that some people were asking about, right? So this is a good fingerstyle one, right? Okay, so we're getting requests now. Right? So that one, just that part of it, it gets a little harder later, but that one is a pretty good one to do for fingerstyle. That's Is There Anybody Out There by Pink Floyd. And then Simple Man, I mean, I guess you could do Simple Man. I would do Simple Man with a pick. Mama told me when I was young. All of a sudden, I'm forgetting all the words. So, dueling banjos. Okay, I did say this is going to be pentatonic scale, so I will explain them. I can't go slow because I don't have much time left, but I will explain them real quick. So we got form 1. Okay, that's the one everybody knows. On the 5th string. No, sorry. So frets are 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. Form 2 starts in the second note of form 1. So that's 8, 10, 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 9, 8, 10, 8, 10. And then form 3 starts in the second note of form 2. 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12. 9, 12, 10, 13, 10, 12. Right? And then form 4 starts in the second note of form 3. 12, 15, 12, 15, 12, 14, 12, 14, 13, 15, 12, 15. And then finally form 5, let's go down here, starts on the second note of form 4, which is the 15th fret, but that's the same as the 3rd fret. So we're going to go down here, 3, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. Yes? So there's your 5 forms. Now I'm going to suggest that you watch the replay of this video so you can see when I go a little bit slower over it, because I don't want to go all over it right away, completely. Is Ain't No Sunshine easy to teach? I don't know. I've never taught that song. Why you start form 1 there, and what are the notes? Why do I start form 1 there? Well, I started in the key of A because I'm playing it in the key of A, right? And the notes are A, C, D, E, G, and then A again. Then it repeats. And we're in the key of A minor. That's your pentatonic scale. And it just repeats. A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G, A, C, and so on. Yes? So that's the main form. And then the second form starts on C. C, D, E, G, A, and so on. C, D, E, G, A, C, D. And then the second one starts on D, D, E, G, A, and so on. Yes? So that's that. And each one starts on the second degree of the one before it, but it's the same 5 notes every time, just starting on the next note of the scale. So hopefully that makes a little more sense. Okay, that's weird. You're one of the best. Oh, thank you, Matt Williams. Yeah, that's the other thing. If you want the forms, let me do it. Rick Beato always plugs his stuff in his lives. I forget. Get my book. It's on anthonyparkerexp.com. So my book is available, and it's got the forms in it. And yes, it's on anthonyparkerexp.com. And it's like the what's it called version, the one you can just download, is I think like $15 or $20. I don't remember. Sorry, I don't have it memorized off the top of my head. And I don't really have any. I can't really give any hard copies away right now because they're going to my local students. But so yeah, use that. PDF, yes, the PDF downloads. So anyway, I have time for maybe to play one song, I suppose. Although if I play a song, if I play it too well, the video will get demonetized. But Spanish Fly, I don't know what that's. Is that a song? I'm not clear as to what that song is. Well, someone was. Sky Dogs. I don't usually do open tunes at all, actually. What's the very first song I learned to play when I was a little younger? The very first song I learned to play when I was younger, when I first started learning guitar, was "Blowing in the Wind" by Dylan. "Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You" by Led Zeppelin. Sublime, you mean just in general? You want me to play every song by Sublime? I'm glad I could help. I'm glad I could help Tim. Problem with that one, I don't have that one well practiced for performing because it's all the words and stuff like that. What do you mean demonetized? Oh, that means I won't. Any money I might earn on this video, I won't be able to earn because YouTube pays for videos. On Facebook, I'm fine. Facebook shouldn't demonetize it, but YouTube might. If I play certain songs, YouTube, like I did a tutorial on From the Beginning, and it got demonetized because of that. That means that the company that the what's it called company takes the money, so you don't get any of it. And I'm starting to be able to kind of earn a living doing this, so I'm hoping, I'm trying to keep that going. What is and what should never be I not off the top of my head. I don't know that one. I'd have to go and look at it and figure that one out, and I don't want to do that at the moment. Let's see. What have I been playing lately? Oh, you know what? Although I have a video. No, I got a video coming out on that one soon. Most of these songs that I got videos coming out on. Whatever. Man, I need to start wearing my glasses for these things so I can see the chats. Facebook is the same name, Anthony Parker and the Near Life Experience. Please go on Facebook and see me there. That's where I'm getting the most. Oh, yeah. So, Todd, yes, Form 1 is the minor pentatonic. Form 2 is the major pentatonic. So, let's see if I can pull this off. But I need the words in front of me. Hold on, folks. Everyone's going to be gone. Capo 3rd fret. It's yesterday. What does that start with? Yesterday morning. Oh, just yesterday morning. Oh, I see. It's yesterday morning that let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made were the end of you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down this song. And I just don't remember who to. And I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen lonely days that I thought would never end. Lonely times when I could not find a friend. I always thought that I would see you once again. Look down on me, Jesus. You gotta help me make a stand. You've just got to another day. Sorry, I can't see. I'm trying to look at the lyrics. My body's aching and my time is at hand. And I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. Is that an E minor or a B minor? That's a B minor. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I never thought that I wouldn't see you again. Are there any more verses? Yes. But I can't see, sorry. My vision has actually gotten worse in the last few months. So I can't really screen. I've been looking at screens too much. So anyway, I actually got to go. I'm over my hour. So as much as I'd like to just keep on going, I'm going to get going. And I really appreciate all of y'all tuning in and watching this broadcast. Once again, please feel free to, give me some stars on Facebook or some super thanks on YouTube. And I will see you guys next time that